There is a broad strategy towards building a stronger Indian economy with an emphasis on core domestic manufacturing capability being built here and on preserving the capabilities that we already have. It's a good recovery, but yes, there is still a long way to go. We are not yet past the 2019-20 figures in terms of actual absolute levels of real GDP. That will take a little more time. But I think on the whole, the recovery path has been good and I think better than many people expected. And so I think, yes, I would say I'm reasonably satisfied. In terms of capital expenditure, we have provided for a much higher level of capital expenditure in the budget. The challenge is going to be on utilizing that. I mean, there is a considerable increase. I think the last figure that I had is it's about 15% up year on year, and it is also up on 1920. So capital expenditure from the government is high. It's not as high as the budget estimate would indicate, but we have had two very difficult quarters. So I think it will begin to pick up speed in the remaining 2 quarters. So on capital expenditure, I'm optimistic that we will reach our quite ambitious budget targets, and there'll be absolutely no restriction of any kind from the finance ministry side on capital expenditure. So on capital expenditure, I think the issue will be the ability of user departments to usefully utilize the available provisions, because capital expenditure is not the signing of a check. Capital expenditure may require land acquisition, it may require a construction to happen, it may require an environmental permission, it may require many steps to be taken before the check can be signed. So from our side, the money is available, the departments are doing their best, and I think we are actively reviewing the progress of capital expenditure, and there is considerable progress. So I think the increase that we have seen in the first 2 quarters, despite the second wave, is a good sign, and I am quite hopeful that it will be even better in the remaining 2 quarters. Taken an approach where the government is prioritizing expenditure on the poor and the vulnerable, and there we are not being constrained by fiscal mathematics. So when it is food to the poor or provisions for the rural employment guarantee, we will not restrain those on the basis of fiscal constraints. So the poor and the vulnerable, we will ignore any fiscal restraints and make sure they are protected, because this is a time when the government is the only agency that can protect them. So that will be done. Revival of economic activity will bring a considerable amount of demand in its wake with a lag. Going beyond that into directly stimulating demand, there are people who think that that ought to be done. That is, as I said, is subject to fiscal constraints, and I'm not sure that these stimuli can easily be withdrawn. So the problem with a stimulus in a vibrant democracy is that it is easier to start a spending program than to stop it. And if you start something that cannot be stopped, you may lead yourself into a situation where you're spending when you don't need to spend. So this is a calibration that is quite difficult to pull off. So I think demand is reviving because economic activity is reviving. So when industries, so already you have sectors where demand outstrips supply, such as the auto sector, where there are waiting lists, and partly it's because of supply constraints. It's not just because of demand, it's also because of supply constraints, chip shortages, transport shortages abroad and so on. But nevertheless, demand is reviving. It's reviving considerably for goods, a little less for services. But I think the shortage of demand for services is, in my opinion, not so much a function of the economy as a function of the health situation. So as and when mask mandates and closure of service establishments begins to recede with increased vaccination, I think demand will come back, because a lot of the classes who have spending power are not necessarily impoverished in the pandemic. So the classes that are suffering because of the pandemic in terms of income, many are taken care of by the government's special measures. I'm not saying that we have covered everyone. The classes that are not so much affected, I think one can expect a fairly good recovery as the health situation improves.